Start.
This is great.
Okay, yeah, good morning everyone here in Zoom. Thank you very much, Roxy, Tenorio, Guimet from Lima, Peru, Tito Hidalgo from Ecuador, Raj from Canada, Carlos Viles don't know where from, and the people who are following us in Facebook Live. Today is the 24th of October, believe it or not, one more month and it's Christmas, unbelievable. So let's see what will happen the rest of the year. So as usual, let me show you my screen. Okay, somebody to read. Tito, could you please help us reading out this quote and expressing your idea, your feeling? Tito?
My pleasure.
Could you please read
So,
out the quote and express your feeling?
build a strong mindset, the body will follow. I guess we're all human beings are more of this mental spirit. And I think it has been demonstrated that if you kind of balance out mind, spirit, and the body, I think, not that I think, I believe it's the way to create discipline and harmony as well.
Yes.
Just like the software in a computer, I guess a computer was based on human beings. You know, the hardware is the body, the software is of quality, then things will go smooth. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for such
That's
a
what I
deep ideas and deep thoughts. Raj Jill in Canada, please help us with the next one.
Mute. Okay. Doubts kill more dreams than failure ever will. Yeah, because if I go forward with hesitation, that's not going to be helpful. Once I decide, I got to go forward.
Yeah. And the next one, I don't know if Angela Lopez, hello, Angela Lopez, or Angela. No, she's not around. No, okay, Roxy, help us. Angela, hello, Angela, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Where are you from, Angela?
I'm from Lima.
Oh, welcome. Could you please helping us reading this quote out and tell us what you think?
Your only limit is your mind.
Agree or disagree?
I agree. The sky is the limit.
and now the space, I would say, and maybe Mars, the galaxy. Okay, so you can watch all the meetings in this guy's YouTube channel, and the guest speakers who are coming on Sunday, the 7th of November, the good-looking teacher from Colombia, Mauricio Arango. All the girls love him. I don't know why. Tito, do you have an idea why? When he comes around, all the ladies are around. No idea why. And then a good friend that I've just made, Alastair Grant from England, but he lives in Argentina. He's a wonderful speaker. I've seen his work. And then we have Silvia Velázquez from Argentina and Rocío Oviedo from Colombia, who will also be talking about growth mindset for educators. Interesting. And finally, at last but not least, Marina Gonzalez from Argentina will be talking about teaching English to future English teachers on Sunday, the 5th of December, and on Sunday, the 12th of December, we will do our last roundtable with everybody talking about these two difficult, but at the same beautiful years. So today we have Roxy Tenorio from Peru. Let me say a few words about Roxana. She has worked teaching English in the schools and language centers for more than 30 years and held different coordination positions ever since. She has designed material addressed to students' needs and interests, participated and contributed in the revision of educational material. She has also organized English educational programs for high schools. She trains teachers to develop their teaching skills through programs that meet the needs of the institution and they are teaching. Currently, she's working for World Communications, giving classes for different purposes, training the new teachers and giving speeches. She's one of the academic supervisors of WC. I don't know what it is.
World Communications.
Okay. Of course, it makes sense. She holds a degree as an English instructor, holds a certificate of proficiency in English from the University of Michigan, a certificate in GESE. What's that? Roxy.
Sorry?
What is, you hold a certificate in GESE?
Oh, that is for the speaking of the language in the,
Okay.
in the oral communication.
Okay. And training program and the teaching knowledge test, the very well-known degree TKT. So thank you so much, dear Roxy, and welcome to our international meetings. And thank you so much for your time on a Sunday morning. As the treasurer, Tito Hidalgo said, it's a holiday. Thank you, Roxy. You may start.
So thank you, Raj. Thank you, everybody. First, I want to thank for being here. We are going to be sharing some ideas about something about, is mindset more important than techniques and strategies? And we are going to see, this is not going to be just a speech, me talking and talking, but I would like to know a little bit about yourself, your opinions. So it's going to be more like a workshop. So please let me share here the screen. And here we start with our first question that says, is mindset more important than technique? This is a question I have been asking for a long time, and this made my mind change when I got a special present. I'm going to let you know what is it about. But to start with this, I want you to observe the coming one. Here we have 3 bulbs. You can see the one in the middle is a little bit different from the other ones. So that is called like the blessed brain. The other 2 are in darkness. So here we're going to see what is going to be the difference about mindset, techniques, and strategies. And before going on, I would like you to tell me, if you can share and say, tell me 2 things that you like about yourself. Anybody, please?
That's interesting. That's interesting because they say that it's not good to talk about others and worse to talk about oneself. But
you have a chance, this opportunity.
Yeah, I think that I like that. I love being friendly and sociable. I like that. And recently, in my 6 last years of life, I'm learning to be more positive. That's what I like, being sociable and positive.
Thank you. That sounds great. What about the others? Raj?
What I like about myself is that I like meeting people. I like meeting and greeting people and with a friendly attitude. And I also know that I love doing new things. I enjoy learning new things. And this is why these sessions are amazing for me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. What about you, Angela? Can you share something?
Well, I can say that my personality is similar to Raj's personality. I love to learn new things. I like challenges. Yes, and this time of my life, I really enjoy sharing time with people like you, teachers, interested in sharing their experiences, their valuable experiences.
Okay, thank you very much. What about this one? And tell me 2 things that make you special. that make you different from others? Tito, can you help with that? Two things
Family,
that make you special.
I think it's family, and another one is that whenever I have time, I dedicate time to my family or to nurturing my mind, not only with knowledge, but also strategies.
Great. Okay. I have another one. It says, for example, what is your biggest fear? Your biggest fear. For example, if you ask me, I would say that is going to bed without learning something during the day. What could be yours? I don't know. Is Carlos there?
May I?
Yes, sure, please.
Hello, good morning, Maria
thank you.
Teresa
Good morning.
Bolivia.
Not to be able to solve problems in the right way.
Fear is true.
Great, thank you.
That's one of the things that worries me a lot.
Okay, I do understand. Okay, I don't know. Okay, let's see one more to go on. What things you can do today that will make you happier? What things you can do today that will make you happier?
Going to the cinema.
Going to the cinema, okay.
Yes. I'm planning to go to the cinema with my companion after 2 years today.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, and that for sure will make me happier. I love this sitting in front of the big screen. I love it.
Okay. Somebody else?
Well, talking on FaceTime with my granddaughter. She's only 1 year old. I don't understand her, but I like to hear her voice.
Okay, but now due to the technology, you can see her, you can feel her laughter, things like that.
Absolutely.
Great. Okay, let's go on. We have here something else. Okay, so we have asked some questions and you have answered and we have shared some of this information. And now we have some questions about this, some comment. And I would like you to tell me, we are going to be talking about today about mindset. And if you think of mindset, and you can see everywhere that you Google or you look for, there is information about that. And especially for the two types of mindset that we have, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. So thinking of that, fixed and growth, what do you think if somebody says, I will keep trying? He's thinking from the fixed mindset or from the growth mindset? Probably could be.
Sorry, I was waiting for the question, but I think that you have already made it. Could you?
Yes, we
Could
have
you please?
Yes, don't worry. We have two things. No, we have fixed mindset and growth mindset. I want to know how much we know about it. If not, then later we are going to go deeply into this. But when somebody says, I will keep trying, what do you think? This person is using his fixed mindset or his growth mindset?
Well, as its name suggests, growth, I would say.
Okay.
Because it's open to change, it's open to more input.
Exactly.
I guess.
Yes. Here is not correct or incorrect answers. Yes, commented. Okay. I think that this is good enough. What could be this one? Fixed or growth?
Remember, there is a $1,000 check, $1,000 check for the student who participates the most.
Well, I would say that would be sort of a fixed mindset. Okay, I've done my best. I don't think I can do any better.
Don't worry. Thank you for your participation. What about this one? This is too hard. Anybody?
This is fixed, a fixed mindset.
Right.
Could be. I haven't gotten this yet, but I will.
Growth, I think.
Growth could be. Then we're going to see the power of yet. Okay, have we heard about that? I will ask how to use that strategy.
Growth.
Could be growth. I give up.
Fixed.
Fixed. Okay. I'm really good at this.
Fixed.
Growth. Fixed. Challenges help me grow.
Growth.
Growth. She's just smarter than me. Or he is just smarter than me. Could be.
Is it possible to say in between?
Could be in between. We have two groups, fixed or probably from fixed going into growth in the process. Could be. Okay. Every problem has a solution.
Growth.
Growth. I will stick to what I know. I won't change, just keep on that.
I think that's fixed.
Could be fixed. I'm never going to get this. Could be.
Fixed again.
Fixed again, okay. I'm never being good at that anyway.
Fixed.
Fixed. I will try it again tomorrow.
Growth.
Fixed. I should try a different way.
Growth mindset.
Growth.
Could be growth mindset. I'm working really hard at this. And could be growth or fix in the process.
In the process, yes.
Probably in the process, okay? So we will see this. Here on the next chart, we have the fix and the growth mindset. And all the ideas that we have discussed before, we have in the fixed mindset and the others in the growth mindset. So some of them have been in the process, but then finally they are separated and fixed in these boxes. So what do we have here? The way we think about learn. The way we think about learn can change, can adapt, can modify different things. The way we can think about learning can change the way we do things, we do it. So we say the way you think, the way that you can change it. Then what do we have? From fixed mindset to growth mindset can change the way you think it. You think you can do it, you will. You think you cannot do it, you won't. So it is not a matter that people are born with one kind of mindset or the other one. If you think you cannot do it, you're not going to be able to do it. If you think you can do it, you're going to be able to do it. We have to be open to these ideas. We have to think and analyze about ourselves. There are some theories, and we have I have read, and that was the present. I have received a book, very interesting book some years ago from Carol Dweck. She's a psychologist. She's a professor at university in Minnesota and also Chicago. And she had made a lot of analysis and studies about this. And she is into this, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset, and says the way we think about learning can change the way we can do it, about everything, not only in teaching, but in our personal life, in our family life, with our relationships, in all the environment. If you think you can do it, you will be able to do it. It's not that simple, it's not that easy, but what mindset we are operating on? How do we know? Operating in, sorry, how do we know about that? How can we express our ideas? We have to think about that, and then you know if you are operating from the fixed mindset or operating from the growth mindset. How come? The way we grow, so what it means, if you think you can make it, you will, but you have to work on that. It's not a process. You need to have a reason. You need to have motivation to do that. It's not just a matter that your mind will go from one side to the other side, working all of a sudden. It needs some kind of, how do you say, fuel. It needs some kind of motivation, the reason and the impact on actions. So if we make it grow, we express the reasons and then you put it into action, then you will know in which of the mindsets our brain is operating in. So what do we have here? We have like a formula and 3 elements. We have to believe. We have to believe, not only to think about something, but to believe it. If we believe on something and then we put an action, then we can grow. So what do we have about belief? This is what we think about to learn a new skill, for example, or if you want to play a musical instrument, or if you want to do or to put into practice something new, you can do it or not. You have to believe that you can do it. If you have the belief in a positive way, then you can put into action. How? Practice, try new things, work hard. It takes time. This is not as a snap of a finger and we change from one thing to the other one. And then after that, we could have the growth. This is when we see the progress and get better at any stuff, whatever you do. Could do sports, could do just simply, for example, building your muscles or being on a diet, or have, as you mentioned, some of you having better relationships. Why some people have better relationships, why some people are more sociable than others? It's because they decided to do it, because we have abilities, we have talents, and we have to put them into practice. Yes, I can see that Jaime agrees on that, correct? Yes, thank you, thank you. So belief, action, and growth, okay? Remember these 3 elements. Belief, you have to believe it, not only to think, believe you can do it. Put into practice, give you time, work hard, and then finally you will get the progress. And you will see, for example, you want to learn to play, let's see, the guitar, and you said, no, I cannot. Okay, so you can have a beautiful guitar, but if you don't put the connection, you and the action, the guitar is not going to do anything for us, even though you have a wonderful guitar. And then if you put into practice, the first week, you are going to have some results. After a month, different results and better results. After a year, a lot better. So it's working hard because we really want it. We really appreciate to do that. Let's see what we have after this. Okay, it says, the growth mindset gives us ignition. It gives us the motivation. It gives us the reason of doing something. What do I want this? When Jaime told me to have the chance to participate and share something with you, I was really, really excited because it says, am I going to do something with this talk? Am I going to change somebody? If in the group I change just one, I feel pleased and satisfied with that. You were my ignition to start making this. Secondly, resilience, to be part of something, of the good and the bad, of the experience, of the things we have. We have to be positive, we have to be energized, and we have to feel hungry. Keep us hungry of what? Of learning, of sharing, of giving, of taking, of not stopping, of being there, as a team, of being there all together. It is a process, it's a system. We have to be patient with us. We are going to see that later. How can we build that belief? Okay, so it's not something that you read in a book. It's not something that you eat. It's not a magical pill. It's something more like that. You have to reflect. We have to reflect our experiences. We have to reflect our backgrounds that we have, the good things that happen, the difficulties we had, all the things we want to learn. We have to reflect that. We have to know and to have very clear the mistakes are part of a lesson. The mistakes are welcome. This we have to show to our students, but we cannot show and we cannot share this with our students, with our peers, with our friends, if we don't really believe it. We have to believe it, we have to live it. Reflect. Learn new stuff. Never stop learning, even if something simple, cooking, or doing some kind of artistic talents. We don't know by sure, but when we were born, we were given a lot of talents and we were given a lot of abilities, but we didn't open the box and we were just hidden them and not put them into real stuff. So why not to try? Why not to work on that? And neuroplasticity. This is a term that is a kind of hard sometimes because it has a lot of letters. It's a long word, but it's so simple. Plasticity. What comes to mind? It can be adapted. And this is not a process of the brain of little kids that they can adapt. No, we can adapt being teenagers, we can adapt being adult people, we can adapt being elderly people, we can adapt all to different circumstances. It will depend on us. How do we want to adapt? How long it will take us to adapt, but be taken for granted that it will be possible to reflect, learn new stuff, and have the capacity to adapt to different situations, good or bad. We have to adapt to bad situations, to difficult situations, because they are part of life. And we need to be part of that as it is a cycle or a chain that we are one element of on the condition. The same as you guys build your muscles. It's not like a matter that you make 2 push-ups and you look at the mirror and you want to see results. No, 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 no. It's not like that. It's a lot more. Or if you want to be flexible, to have elasticity in your body, it's a matter of time. It's a matter of conditions. It's a matter of doing things. So what do we have here? Challenges. Challenges come with the struggles. But then we are in the process of growth. Challenges, struggles, and growth. First of all, it takes practice. Nothing is learned that fast. For some people, we have different pace. For some people, take longer. For other people, would take less. But this is not a comparative system. It's you. It's you. You have to compare with yourselves. You have to think, okay, this is the way I need. This is the way I'm going to learn. This is how much I need to practice. Some people will need to practice less. Some people will need to practice a lot more. After that, we need time. Time, what for? To change. To change what we are not doing well, or to change things that we are doing well, to make them better, always better. Today is a good day, but today is better than yesterday, but never as good as it's going to be tomorrow. So we have to have these changes and always having the chance and the opportunity to change. But first of all, it's not a matter just to read it, to say, okay, it's okay. It's time and to make an action. It needs action. It needs movement. It needs our personal participation. But first, mentally, spiritually, and then the action. And it will go very easily. Another thing that we have here to take into consideration, we have to observe in order to learn. Observe and learn, not to see. to observe, to analyze, to read between letters, to read between lines, to receive the message. What is coming? We have to listen, not to hear, but to listen. We have to watch, not to see. And finally, analyze. What do we have in our hands when we have our students, when we have our books, when we have our material, when we have a talk? How are we going to work with that? Tactics and techniques. Remember the question? Is mindset more important than techniques? Techniques is a part of the whole. Tactics are a part of that whole. The same like strategies. It's not individual elements separated. It's a part of a whole of what? Of the growth mindset. So when you observe and learn, listen, watch, and analyze, take on your own techniques, your tactics, and your strategies, it's time to fire the pathway through action. You have to take all those elements to put them into action. I'm repeating this over and over because it will work in that way, only in that way. So what do we have? Attitude versus intelligence. I'm going to show two pictures here, and I want you to tell me you're familiarized with the story behind this. Remember, observe and analyze, not only see. Two sets of footprints. And then one set of footprints. We are going to stop here for a little, and I want you to tell me to observe, to analyze if you know the story. If not, then I'm going to help you. Not only see, but you have to observe. Two sets of footprints, and the other side, one set of footprints. What can we observe here? What can we analyze from here?
Okay, Marco in Mexico, Carlos, Janet, Micaela, María Teresa, Daniel Ofeni, Angela, Lourdes Villarán. Anyone?
I can say that.
Angela,
Sure,
go on.
Angela, go.
One person is just going for a walk, the first one, and in the second one, another person is going to swim.
Okay. That is what we see, no?
Mhm. What I make of it is that there were two people walking, then maybe one person picks up the second person, and so therefore there's only one set of footprints because the other one is not walking. They're being held by the other person.
Okay, you're right.
May I participate?
Sure, please, Janet.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Well, for me, I think it's the first person. It's only one person, sorry. In the first picture, I think this person is walking, passing by, is observing the beautiful landscape, maybe thinking and reflecting about his or her thoughts, okay? Maybe how can he or she can solve any problems, any situations that are very hard to solve. And then could be the second part, like a process. He or she has taken the decision, okay, what he's going or she's going to do with those situations. He's taking the risk. He or she doesn't know what is going to happen next, but he's in the process. Okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go directly to my objective. Okay, it's going to be hard because he doesn't know what is going to happen, but he's directed. Okay, I want to reach this.
Thank you, Janet. Where are you from, Janet?
I'm from Lima, Isabel.
Lima.
I'm from Lima.
Welcome. Thank you, Janet. Next, Tito.
Yes, to me, the first thing that came to my mind It's that some people walk along the beach, others go straight to the beach, go to the water, straight to the water. That's what came to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much for all your participation, having great ideas, observing and analyzing. No, so two simple pictures. Let me tell you the story. This is a story of a man who was having a dream. He dreamed he was walking by the seashore with somebody else, when all of a sudden he noticed that the footprints next to his were God's, the Lord footprints. And all the time that things were pleased, all the time that things were happy, all the time that he was successful, he always saw in his path of life two sets of footprints. But then all of a sudden, he was surprised because he saw only one set of footprints. And which moment was that? It was when he was having problems. It was when he was not knowing what to do, what decisions to take, and he was suffering. And he questioned God, the Lord, and said, God, why in the moments of difficulties, in my troubles, in my concerns, you abandon me? Why do you leave me alone? And the Lord said, as Rash suggested, my dear son, my precious son, the time that you were having difficulties, the time that you saw only one set of footprints, I was carrying you. I was supporting you much more than ever. So what do we have here? That sometimes we feel alone, that sometimes we see just one set of footprints and we think that nobody understands us and that we are the only one suffering that way. When that happens is when Lord, God, is the closest to us, especially in those moments. And we can do, and we can manage to overcome those difficulties, no, because we are so strong, because there is an identity, because there is God behind us. And he's the one who let us do the things much better than we are doing now. Okay, so I don't know, you have heard, this is the footprints on the seashore by Lord. Okay, and then after that situation, I don't know, you could feel and then could see, yeah, could be, no, but always it's difficult for me. Why? The typical excuse in work comes, I have no time. Time is very short. I cannot do it. I cannot finish. I have a lot of things to do. I have no time. Or sometimes we say and said, well, I would like to, but I'm so tired. I have no energy. Having meetings or workshops on Sunday morning, come on, don't count on me. I'm too tired. I prefer to stay in bed and continue sleeping. We have to appreciate very much Raj because she has very early mornings, more than the rest of us, no? That is quite difficult. Or sometimes says, I have no ideas. I have finished with all the ideas and I have not much more to say. I have not much more to share. That's wrong. Everybody has time. Everybody can get energy and we have lots of ideas. Or probably comes the situation says, I need help just to finish the puzzle. You have put all the pieces, but there's missing one. But if you don't ask for help, you're not going to get it. And to ask for help, it means it's important for me. It doesn't mean I can't. I want to do it, but I need your help. Please give me a hand. Or as simple as that. We have problems. We know problems have solutions, but we do nothing. We are not in action. So all these ideas come to our mind to stop. And they're the problem mixing fixed mindset with growth mindset. So it will depend on us, definitely only on us to decide or stay with the fixed mindset or start working in action to go to the growth mindset. Okay, brain needs to work. Brain needs to exercise, correct? Carlos, do you want to say something? Carlos Carranza?
Carlos Carranza, go on.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. I am very glad. This is the first time that I am getting to know about mindset, the fixed and growth. So believe me, I am really glad. But I would like to know a little bit more about what is the difference between the fixed and growth mindset, because I am just learning this. So please, can you go a
Sure.
little bit further with this?
Thank
Yes,
you,
don't
Carlos.
worry.
Sorry, Roxy. Carlos, you're from Ecuador, aren't you?
Exactly, yes.
Okay, welcome, welcome. Go on, Roxana.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you, Carlos, for your concern, for your question. Yes, the idea of fixed mindset is like, for example, we believe and say, okay, I was born in this way. I was born for languages. I was born for mathematics. I'm not a musical person. I don't have this talent. I don't have this ability. That is the fixed mindset. Contrary to this, the growth mindset is, yes, you're right. You were born for languages. But why don't you try math, or why don't you try any other things that are different? Why don't you try to learn sports? Why don't you try to learn something new? And the mindset will give you the possibilities to say, to be patient, to give the ignition, the motivation, and the process starts. Start working on that, give you your time, go in your pace, in your rhythm, and then you will have a result. That result will be changing your fixed mindset into growth mindset. But you need to start first thinking that you believe on that. Not only think, believe on that. Then make practice, training, work hard on whatever you want to learn. And then you will have the growth. It's a process. I could share later, if you want, with Jaime. I can leave a link of some ebooks from Carol Dweck. And she has given lots of speeches. I have one speech, a small TED talk at the end, to see how motivating can be. First, your interest, personal interest, then that you can do it, and then you will be able to do it. Definitely, we are not going to be masters. We are not going to be the very best, but at least you will be able to do it. Okay, Carlos? I don't know if I have answered to your question. Yeah, great. Thank you. So as we saw pictures before, if we want to build up our muscles, you can see here the picture of the brain. It needs to be exercised, okay, with games, with activities, but it needs to work. We will use very little percentage of our brain, so we can use a lot more. So what can we have here? We can all build our skills. We can all, everybody can do it. It's a matter first that you have to believe in that. Stop letting stories getting in the way, no? Like, I have no time, I have no energy, I have no ideas, I need help. Stop with that. Start opening different windows. Everyone has the capacity to be better at almost everything. We have to understand also that we have some limitations, but it doesn't mean that we are going to present a concert. If you play the guitar, you can play the guitar to be with your friends, but not to give a concert where others can do it. So we have to start and to see our limitations and our different levels of our abilities. We can all get better at what? At getting better. Okay. Then we have this. Remember at the beginning, we started with the bulbs, the one that was half in the middle, there was the one that was given the smart knowledge, and the other ones were in darkness. So what do we want to be? In which of these two groups? In the group of darkness or in the group of light? The one on the right side, correct? Yes, Tito, thank you. Yes, this is the one that we are working for. So stay patient. Very important, patient with yourselves. Then start giving aims, but low at first. Don't give high standards, high levels, because you're going to get frustration, because probably you're not going to be able to reach them. So start low at first, little by little, give grades of difficulties. And then we have build the skills, work on them. In that case, when that happens, we are going to be the one who gives the lights to others. Not only being in darkness and being in a group, but being the one that makes the difference. For this, we have this. Okay, growth mindset. It's a system. It's a lot of different elements, a lot of different ingredients, and says we have different tools. It will depend on us to decide which tool is the one that could work for you. We all could learn, for example, to play, I don't know, chess, but the tools Jaime, Tito, Carlos, Angela, Raj use are different ones. We have different paths, different ways. We open different doors, but we have to recognize which is the one that we need. Another recommendation about this is to start early. That is the ideal. Schools, if we have little kids, if we have grandchildren, we have little people around us, start working with them, start doing this process. But never is too late. And there is always a way, because remember, neuroplasticity, the brain can change, the brain can adapt at any age. This is not a matter of the first 10 years and then more. At any age, we accept that. Then mindset training, correct? We can have, and we need to makes perfection. And then the growth mindset. All these elements could help us to go from the fixed to the growth. In some cases, we will be in between, as Angela mentioned at the beginning. If this is fixed or growth, could be in between because we don't manage to go completely. But at least we have tried, at least we have worked on that. So we have the brain working harder than before, so we can make the difference. We overcome our stories. So how? We overcome them with a little bit of science, with a little bit of information. We need that. We need to know that. But this type of words and this time of sharing is a way to do that. It's not much important to go deeply in the science. That is for people who are really interested in working on this. But what we need is a lot of action. We have the belief, you have the practice, and the action for the growth. Only in that way we can enlighten others, to be the one that is different from the rest of the work of the group in darkness. So remember what we have at first, the light in the middle, the bulb, and it says that is knowledge. Okay, to accept all what you know, to work with that. This is the knowledge I have. What I'm going to do with this, how I'm going to work with that, how I'm going to share with the others. It's not important and it's not necessary you have the knowledge and keep it for yourself. That's useless. It's something more we need to share. And then what happened with the other one? Ignorance. But now that we know, now we have to accept it. We cannot be in this place of ignorance. We have to accept it. We have to work on that. We have to believe on that. We have to put into action. Ignorance has to be kept aside. Knowledge is what is going to help us a lot. Okay, explode. Explode with ideas. Explode giving colors to others. Change others' life. It's not just you. It's be smart, but not smart as the person wearing smart clothes. Be smart because the intelligence that we have, the intelligence, how can we use it? And how can we transmit these ideas to others? This is something we can do. All of us here, everywhere. If all of you start talking about this to your peers, to your friends, your family, then you're going to make a chain of changes. And then you're going to be not only alone working on this, but somebody else is going to help you. Okay, would you like to be pointed out because you are the one who enlightens somebody? For example, I appreciate a lot Carlos Carranzo's words where he says, it's the first time I'm doing this. You know, I taught little kids for a long time. I'm teaching now adults. Almost like 10 years on this. And it has simplified my life. It has simplified my teaching. It has simplified everything. It's high time to take the action. It's high time. If you haven't done it, please start. Believe it. It works. It makes things easier. It makes things simpler. Here we have a quote. I don't know, somebody can help me reading it. I wanted to add a quote.
Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I am possible, by Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn was a very old actress, a very, very smart woman. And as you can see, thank you, Carlos, the impossible have the prefix im, that if you just put the apostrophe, you have I'm, and then separate possible. So eliminate the im and consider that everything is possible. The only limit is here, the belief. Everything is possible. And then you can be in a team, like the picture on the left side, working with somebody, being helping each other, or being alone. Doesn't matter. You can do it. You can make it. Everything is possible. What do you think if somebody says impossible or somebody says possible? What mind is working? The fixed mindset or the worth mindset? If we transform impossible into possible.
Growth mindset.
Okay, mindset, the growth mindset. Yes, I think it's working. Fixed to growth going on. Okay, then here we have another one. Somebody can help reading this, please.
I can read, please.
Okay, thank you, Michaela.
Don't try to change the situation. Change the mindset and the situation will change.
And the situation will change. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
The Verniche Mirha. Okay, so what is the idea here? Sometimes we want and we try to change things. We cannot change them. The things are the way they are. What can we change? The way we face, the way we confront. What will we do with that situation? If we have a challenge, not a problem, but a challenge, what solution do you think you could have for that? What can you do for that? Can you do something? There is always a way to do something. If you try one way and it doesn't work, don't worry, keep on trying. It will work the sooner the later. Probably you're not using the correct key to open the door. So you have a set of keys, try another one, try a different one. You have one door closed, but you have hundreds of words ajar. Push and open the other one. If you see you don't find a solution there, okay, go for another one. Mindset makes us in action, makes us doing different and trying different things. So what do we have here? Is mindset as important as the strategies and techniques? What do you think? This is one of the questions we started at first. And then what we have here, the growth mindset. The M goes for mistakes and says, I can learn from my mistakes. We can learn from other mistakes, but better we learn from my mistakes. I improve. I can improve by working hard. And never, I will never give up. D, determined. I am determined to do my best. S,
Hello, Roxy. Is it me? Is it Roxy's internet?
I think it must be Roxy's.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Roxy's internet.
I
Well,
think it must be Roxy's.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
still here.
Okay. So Roxy's back. Well,
She's back.
yeah. So your internet was fixed or growth?
Okay, my internet system was fixed, but I was growth. Fortunately, I'm back. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, just going back to this. I have to go out of this. Okay, here we are. Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So we were saying, all the elements and ingredients of mindset. So don't be depressed. Don't be like a failure has overcome you. Be the person who can help others. Probably today it's off. Can you see it? No. Well, what happened? Can you see the growth?
Yeah, now we can.
Yes?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Roxana.
All right.
It's okay.
Finish here. It says make the difference. And then we have be the one. What? Be the one who is innovation is important, solutions, ideas, challenges, opportunities, creativity, intelligence, inspiring, visualizing, the power of moving, the power of making.
Roxana, is it me or Roxana this time again?
No, it's Roxy.
It's
I'm
Roxy's,
still here.
well, not Roxy, but Roxy's internet service.
Yes, she's not in a fixed mindset.
No, she's not. So anybody who wants to express his or her opinion so far about what we are learning, reflecting, and thinking?
I believe this is a key issue, especially in these times. It is important for us to keep a positive mental, more than anything, attitude towards to whatever comes. And notice that as long as we're alive, anything has a way to resolve. Basically.
Yes. Thank you very much, Tito. Anybody else? Marco Aparicio in Mexico, good morning, welcome, and your opinion?
Welcome, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
I think this is, well, excellent information, an excellent presentation, which reminds us of something that we as language teachers have to read about a lot, and something that we have to implement a lot in the classroom, something which is called motivation. But I think this information reminds us of not only that it is not only external motivation which works, but that we have to do a lot for our internal motivation. So that's my comment.
Yeah, thank you very much, Marco. Yeah, agree with you. Anyone else? Please feel free.
Well, I was going to add to what was just said by Marco. I think during the pandemic, we learned that when we are no longer able to change the situation, we were challenged to change ourselves.
Yes, that's true. And we realize that we are able to do many changes. But
yes.
as Roxy said at the beginning, everything is here in our mind. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, well, you can't. Well, anybody else while the speaker is connecting again? Anybody?
Yeah,
Micaela. Okay,
Hi.
Micaela.
Yeah, I like when Roxy say everyone has the capacity to be better at almost everything. And that's true, because if you think you can do it, you're going to do it, you know?
Yes,
So
yes, that's
I
true.
agree. It is very,
Uh,
very real. And I like this topic. Thank you very
yes.
much.
No, thank you. And I like when she said that no matter how old you are. So I am 58, so I can still change my mind. Okay, Roxy, back to you. Thank you.
Yes, so sorry for the interruption.
Don't
Yeah,
worry. It always happens to the best guest speakers. It always happens to the best.
hooray,
ones.
hooray. For being part of that.
Yes.
No,
So
you know
go
what?
on. We still got 15 more minutes.
Yeah,
Roxy.
okay, thank you. Yes. You know what? This morning, okay, I was really preparing my material, and as I do for my classes, I have to change 2 or 3 things because I had another link to share with you with the questions that I did it, and I was going to make a presentation, different one, and everything was off. I couldn't open it. It didn't work. And I said, oh my goodness, I'm going to talk about this, and it's going to be me, the first one who has to put into practice. And I have to switch a lot of things like this, and that, okay, and adapting in a different way. So all the time happens. Technology is our best friend, but sometimes put us in a difficult situation. But I think I managed to do it. I am about to finish with the presentation, and then I would like to have like 7 or 8 minutes to share a little video. And then I was sharing this to finish. Let's see the last part. Can you see it? You there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, make
Okay.
a difference.
Let's see
Yes.
Yes, make a difference. Okay, so this was the last one I was showing, in which we have to put a lot of things in mind in order to make the difference. No, be the one that give the light to others, put into action your thoughts and your ideas and your beliefs, find challenges, work on them, find solutions for your problems, share a lot of different ideas, put into practice creativity, give us everybody opportunities. The intelligence have to be put into practice a lot, inspiring people and visualizing different things. The power of changing, the power of doing, the power of sharing, the power of yet. That is going to be related to the video we're going to watch, and make a difference, says here, yes, being part of something different, something that we never have expected. How to have a different type of aquarium for a fish, for a goldfish. Okay, and then let me stop this one, and I'm going to start sharing the video. This has not changed. I'll start sharing this. Okay, here we have Carol Dweck. Okay, we have 11 minutes. It's just the power of yet.
The power of yet. I heard about a high school in Chicago where students had to pass a certain number of courses to graduate, and if they didn't pass a course, they got the grade not yet. And I thought that was fantastic, because if you get a failing grade, you think, I'm nothing, I'm nowhere. But if you get the grade not yet, you understand that you're on a learning curve. It gives you a path into the future. Not yet also gave me insight into a critical event early in my career, a real turning point. wanted to see how children coped with challenge and difficulty. So I gave 10-year-olds problems that were slightly too hard for them. Some of them reacted in a shockingly positive way. They said things like, "I love a challenge," or, "You know, I was hoping this would be informative." They understood that their abilities could be developed. They had what I call a growth mindset. But other students felt it was tragic, catastrophic. From their more fixed mindset perspective, their intelligence had been up for judgment, and they failed. Instead of luxuriating in the power of yet, they were gripped in the tyranny of now. So what do they do next? I'll tell you what they do next. In one study, they told us they would probably cheat the next time instead of studying more if they failed a test. In another study, after a failure, they looked for someone who did worse than they did so they could feel really good about themselves. And in study after study, they have run from difficulty. Scientists measured the electrical activity from the brain as students confronted an error. On the left, you see the fixed mindset students. There's hardly any activity. They run from the error. They don't engage with it. But on the right, you have the students with the growth mindset, the idea that abilities can be developed. They engage deeply. Their brain is on fire with yet. They engage deeply. They process the error. They learn from it, and they correct it. How are we raising our children? Are we raising them for now instead of yet? Are we raising kids who are obsessed with getting A's? Are we raising kids who don't know how to dream big dreams? Their biggest goal is getting the next A, or the next test score? And are they carrying this need for constant validation with them into their future lives? Maybe because employers are coming to me and saying, we have already raised a generation of young workers who can't get through the day without an award. So, what can we do? Well, that yet. Here are some things we can do. First of all, we can praise wisely, not praising intelligence or talent. That has failed. Don't do.
Anyone, please, who wants to express his or her opinion? We got still 4 more minutes. Okay, no, that's okay. Mindset. Okay, we got 4 more minutes to express our ideas about what we saw in the video or in general about Roxy's presentation. Carlos?
Thank you very much. Yes, the video was great. The idea of not yet is wonderful. But when we apply to the teachers, for example, if you work in a high school, in a private high school, where they have to buy books, and sometimes you don't go, well, they set parameters and they say you have to go and cover this and this, but you see that your students have some difficulties, so you try to extend a little bit more, but then at the end of the year the parents say the book was so expensive and the students didn't finish the book, and then the high school is going to be a little annoyed, and then this can be an issue. So we are in a world competition. Everything is competitive. We have to be, well, we cannot go, because when you say an object, it's a little slow, but in this world, we have to go in a developing fast rate. So I think an object is good to apply, but the problem is with the competition when they are asking for the outcomes, the positive outcomes, and they don't want negative outcomes. So that is the only problem I see with an object. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carlos. Anybody else, please? We got 3 more minutes. Anyone else?
May I?
Please, Maria Teresa in Bolivia.
Thank you. I think this presentation is showing us how motivation is important. Motivating students is an issue that we cannot leave behind. And regardless to the ability, to the capacity, to the involvement that they may have, I think it's our task as teachers to just put them on the right track so they can produce more. And the outcome that we're going to have is going to be very positive. I think this presentation shows us in a way how we can deal with all these different aspects that mean actually to humanize our teaching and to be involved in the student situation as well. Therefore, we can have excellent results. And I think it's our job to do that, to help them overcome different kinds of problems that they may have. Thank you. And thank you, Roxy.
Thank you, dear
you,
Maria
Maria
Teresa. We got 1 more minute who wants to express his or her opinion or point of view before the last final words of Roxy on this very interesting topic.
I think what, Roxy, thank you for the presentation. What we're getting is that not everybody is the same, and we don't all learn at the same pace at the same time because of the circumstances, situations. So how do we as teachers adapt and say, this person got it, but this person doesn't have it just yet, you know?
Yeah.
And create.
Thank you, Raj in Canada. Virginia Carmen Buzo Drago. Your microphone, Virginia.
Yes, just a brief point. No, first of all, a good presentation. Congrats, Roxy. It was so nice to listen and to refresh some concepts that we might know, that we might have, that they are hidden somewhere. No, and the idea of not yet is a good point. No, it makes us reflect that maybe we are not aware about that. No. Maybe when we put a low grade to our students, maybe they can feel depressed. And by the way we say not yet, maybe they can say, I can do it, so I will try it again. No?
Yeah.
It's a matter of reflection. It's a matter of how far they can go with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Virginia. Where are you from, Virginia?
I'm Lima, Peru.
Oh, welcome, dear. Okay, so yeah, we got 2 more minutes, Roxy, to say the last words about your presentation. Thank you so much, Roxy. What I love is that the fact of being able to reflect. I always think that reflection will take us to a better place to realize that we are not the PhD, the master, or the book writer, or the director, or the coordinator, but we are human beings. So we shouldn't forget that we are human beings, and we always have to learn. We always have time to learn, to share, to listen, to understand, and accept that we are not perfect. So your final reflection, my dear Roxy.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jaime, and everybody for your participations, for being here. Just wanted to share a little bit about this. I know that all of us, we are familiarized with the talent shows, right? And we have listened in New York and in England and United States. And in the work, in a school I used to work some time ago, we created a month of the anti-talent show. What was that? Every student had the chance for a month to put into practice and to learn something they couldn't learn before. And they don't have the talent, whether it was related to sports, it was related to art, it was related to some of the studies, it was related to music. And during that month, weekly by week, they could have the chance to show how they were growing. And as some of you have mentioned, by the end of the month, some of them managed to do much better than before, and some others were still in process. And then we have to tell them, okay, you haven't managed to succeed well yet, but you have that open window. When we say the word yet, the power of yet is that you can do it later. It's not like you have to do it now. That was contrasting the now and with yet. If, for example, in the case of Carol said with the parents, we have to talk to the parents as well about this. All the communities need to know about this and said, okay, what do you prefer, your kids to finish doing all the book and learning very little, or not to have finished the book, but knowing a lot? And they have not finished the book yet, but they're going to do it some other time. It's not a matter of doing exercises and going pages and pages and learning very little. It's a matter how deeply, quality of time. But we have to express this in the school, the authorities, parents, children themselves, and knowing that covering pages is that important, or knowing and learning is much more important. So thank you very much. I just wanted to put this little seed in your minds about the possibility that all of us have about growing our mindset and being in action and being patient and having everything ready to work, okay? And being patient with yourself, working hard, and you will have your growth mindset the sooner the later. Thank you very much to everybody.
Thank you, dear Roxy. And if you can send your PPT to me and share it with the rest of colleagues. Just a reminder, our next guest speaker, it's Mauricio Arango from Colombia, and he will be talking about developing materials to enhance students' intercultural competence. That'll be on Sunday the 7th, okay? So that'll be in two Sundays, okay? So thank you, Raj in Canada, Tito in Ecuador, Marco Aparicio in Mexico. Maybe you could help us with a presentation next in summer, Marco Aparicio next year, if you have some time to talk something about you like to talk. Carlos Carranza in Ecuador. Thank you, Roxy. Angela Lopez in Peru. Virginia Carmen in Peru. Janet Vargas in Peru. Lourdes Villaran, I guess it's Peru or Colombia?
No, in Peru.
In Peru. Micaela in Peru. Maria Teresa Terán in Bolivia. And Anthony Michael, the brand new father from Nigeria, but who lives in Lima, Peru, I guess. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a very nice weekend. Well, rest of the Sunday and see you, and see you in 2 Sundays. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Take care too.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.